In the comic Devil's Due Spartacus, we actually got to see the background of many interesting characters, such as the one of Barca, a little bit of Oenomaus, and Theokoles, as well as a few others. I already made a video on Theokoles' backstory, but in the comics there were quite a few scenes I missed out on, and this is today's focus in this video. There's a lot revealed about Theokoles in the comics which are not shown for series only watchers, as you don't get to know a lot by only the series. So the comic opens up with the following quotes. "Pain, it has a life, a purpose, a name. Theokoles, the shadow of death. The only man ever to have faced him and live was Oenomaus. In a village Laconia, in the valley of the river Elirotas, Theokoles was born. His size was literally one of a grown adult as a child, yet the birth sadly crippled his mother forever because of his size. His mother loved her son, she said. She tells him he is a gift from the gods. Theokoles' father, born of Spartan blood, a king among men, before he fell in battle, his mother told Theokoles. Theokoles grew stronger as he aged, and at the same time drained the life of his mother, until one such day she died. His mother said that her blood flows through Theokoles now. He should honor the gift and never die. Theokoles remained in his old home and worked in the village, but was bigger and stronger than everyone. He seldom ventured into the village. All feared him. Everybody feared him, of whom only one was kind to him, his lover. Theokoles originally was not this cold-blooded person whom the series tried to display. After all he went through, it's understandable why he is the way he is. Karina, the girl who showed kindness to him, welcomed Theokoles. Theokoles found a friend, a loving one in Karina. Theokoles, during the act of love, was literally so strong that he killed her in the process as they performed their love to each other, and I mean that word for word, literally. That's what happened. This moment is what made Theokoles what he was, almost at least. As he carried her body out, the whole village gathered and saw, whom already despised of Theokoles, now their fear and despise having grown out of bounds. They called him a monster. After already being filled with sadness and shock of what happened, the village enraged Theokoles, literally trying to fight him. The story of Theokoles having been cut 1,000 times and living, this tale springs out from this village, Laconia. All in the village cut Theokoles 1,000 times, but Theokoles didn't even flinch. He killed them all. They literally forced him to, but the people in the village deserved what they had coming to them. After literally trying to kill Theokoles, he buried his girlfriend Karina beside his mother's grave and left Laconia, never to return again. He saw no purpose in himself anymore, moved from place to place, wandering around with nothing to desire, until he reached the ends of the earth. As he was dwelling in dreams, a few boars tried to attack Theokoles, but Cilicians killed the boars as meat to eat. At first, Theokoles scared the pirates, but as the captain named Sharib came out of the cabin, Theokoles was surprisingly welcomed into the brotherhood of the pirates for the first time in forever. Theokoles felt as if he found his home for the first time again. At first, everything went well, and they raided and plundered. Sharib, the captain, became like a father to Theokoles, the father he never had. The Cilicians became like a family to Theokoles, giving him purpose. It's a life filled with wine, merriment, and food. Theokoles had a good life, but sadly not for long. One night, Theokoles saw how some of the crew members harassed a few slaves, which were female, on board, letting him remember his girlfriend Karina and his mother's wishes that he should hinder such things and be kind. He slayed them all on the ship for their crimes. Theokoles the giant awoken again. The captain tried to reason, but to no avail. They were all killed by Theokoles in the process. On one night, he found himself on the shores of Rome, again roaming with no purpose, until he was captured and sold into the arena. There was only one and only one place for Theokoles, the arena, where the beast could be unleashed. His personality had completely changed. Only in the arena, Theokoles would be seen as a god among men, as his mother said and wished in the beginning for him to be. This is his home now, the arena, his tomb. He was called the Shadow of Death after surviving a battle royale with 100 men and coming out unharmed. His fight with Oenomaus one day was intense for hours on end. Theo saw him like a statue of a god, but Theo overpowered Oenomaus in this fight. Theo watched at the crowd with a sword stuck inside him, but Theokoles hesitated to kill Oenomaus because of Oenomaus' wife Melita, as she screamed no to Oenomaus getting killed. Theokoles won this battle, but it was declared a draw because Theokoles spared Oenomaus. Because when he watched Melita, he remembered his girlfriend Carina as well as his mother and her wishes. The Theokoles from the series is far from the one displayed in the comic. The one in the comics is a true beast no one could best. This is basically the end of the comic and the end of Theokoles' story. Since then, he was retired until meeting his end at the hands of Spartacus. Now, I know we had a few of these things already covered in the other video, in which I talked about the backstory of Theokoles. Now, there is something I always wondered about, and that would be, how was Theokoles' life when he was after this fight? Because the comic ends when the fight with Oenomaus happened and that Oenomaus one day shall face the Shadow of Death again. That's how the comic ends, but we don't really get an expansion on Theokoles' life afterwards. I guess he fought a few battles or many more because the arena was kinda his home and he was a free man at the end, as far as we've seen, at least in the series. And he was kinda a gladiator who fought when he wanted to, because coin isn't his problem, because I really don't think that Theokoles is short on money or something like that from all the fights he won. Therefore, he probably fought when an interesting battle like against the champion of Capua or Crixus or something was displayed. Only then would he fight in the arena or when a battle royale is happening. But I wish we would get an expansion or another season only featuring Theokoles and his life, like in the comics for example, on his backstory and much more. But we'll see what the future brings. I hope something like this will come into place. But I wanted to get a little bit more into detail with this video and in detail with the comic, because there were quite a few scenes of which I didn't know about back then and wanted to show now in this video. I hope you enjoyed the video about Theokoles, and you can basically see this as a part 2 maybe or something like that. But I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in my next Spartacus video.